is on vacation. I want to show him a good time.
Oh, you American.
Yeah.
You bring American money?
I gotta leave.
No.
I got it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right this way, gentlemen. Are you ready?
You ready? I'm ready. Oh my goodness. This place is off the hook. I love Hong Kong.
You get a massage from Chinese girl before?
No, but I heard it was the bomb.
Come with me. You pick any girl for you and your friend.
Any girl?
Any girl.
Okay. I don't know where to start. I'll take that one right there. She got to come.
Oh, yes. She's very nice.
She is nice, but I hurt my back and my neck, and I need a little bit more massage, So I'm gonna take her in the pink too.
Oh, yes.
And let me get her, hey, baby. And then I'm gonna have her. Can I get her too? And her right there, right there. She good with feet?
Oh, yes.
What are you doing?
She said I can have any girl I want in here, man. Calm down, wait a minute.
Well, hurry up.
Man, what's wrong with you? You don't jump in front of a black man in a buffet line. Calm down.
Your friend have big appetite. Please, follow her upstairs into the quiet room.
Ain't gonna be no quiet room no more. Y'all don't know how good this feels. I got in a big fight last night with triads. Y'all ever heard of triads? I beat down like 20 of them. Y'all should have seen it. It was on.
There used to be very little visibility and control in the world of treasury. Now, everything has changed.
Amen. Hey, shalom, shalom. All praises be to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, B'Shmuka Kadash. Double honors to the elders, and apostles of great most and ruler. Shalom to the elect, man. The true, real Israelites, or the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, and those that are scattered and believe in the Lord, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Our people, the nation of Israel, have mingled with the other nations, so therefore they will look like the other nations. They can look like a so-called white person, pass for a so-called white person, so-called Indian person, so-called Chinese, Asian person, and so forth. They can look like from any nation, but as long as their seed line is connected to the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they have faith and believe in the true doctrine and Yahweh Shai. And if they're of the elect, then the Lord is going to show mercy upon them. Anyways, as you see in there, opening the video, one of the greatest movies of all time, one of my favorite movies of all time, Rush Hour 2. Chris Tucker, doing the scene with Jackie in Heaven on Earth massage. And guess what? Which is spiritual, because heaven is going to be on earth, man. And one of the beauty of heaven is that, guess what? The Israelite man is going to have all the best pickings of multiple women of all nations. And our women, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Hispanics, are going to be the premium women. And guess what? They're not going to be touched by the other nations. Only the men of Israel are going to have access to them. But we're going to have access to the other nations' women. Anyways, let me get the scriptures on Jake. Our people are going to be able to have all the women. This is Genesis 6 from the top, verse 1 to 2. And it says, "And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them." And the scriptures, there's 3 classes of men. We are the descendants of the sons of God, which is in our name of Israel. Yasha Allah, he is the prince of the power, who is the prince of God. If you're a prince, that means you're a son of a king. And the ultimate king is the Most High, the king of the universe. So were sons of God. Was it Psalms 82 and 6? Yeah. Ye are God's little children. Yeah, so there's three classifications of man: sons of God, children of men, and the sons of the wicked. Okay, which is Esau, Edom, Cain, and onwards from Esau. Yeah, so it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Yeah, so the population was increasing. That the sons of God, the descendants of Abel passed, so the lineage that came through Seth. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, yeah, beautiful, yeah, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Yeah. Yeah. NLT says, and took any they wanted as their wives. Yeah, and this is not talking about fallen angels, okay? Because that's not there in the scriptures. That's a false interpretation. It was actual people. Our lineage before we actually became, Israel. When you follow the lineage of Seth, the family tree. This is 1 Kings 11. Solomon turned from God. And NLT says Solomon's many wives. Now people put their own interpretation and say, oh, because King Solomon had many wives, that's because he betrayed God or he committed sin. No, it's because he turned his heart towards the women and their gods, which it's gonna explain anyway. It's not the fact that he had multiple women. That's not a sin. It's not a sin according to the scriptures. Anyways, 1 Kings 11 from the top says, but King Solomon loved many strange women. Yeah, so women of the other nations. And these women of the other nations, to be honest, they worshipped other gods, man. All right. Now, if King Solomon, let's say for example, was dealing with these women as he was, and he just sticked with worshipping Yahweh B'Shem Shai, then nothing would have been wrong. Or if they converted and just followed our Lord, that would have been blessed also. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh. Women of the Moabites, okay? So Mei Ling, Chun Li woman, if you know what I'm talking about, Street Fighter Chun Li. Ammonites, Japanese, Edomites, so-called white women, Zidonites and Hittites, Hamites, women of the African nation, not Jakes, because we're different from them. And the Israelites are different from the Hamites. Like Hamites would be like example Ethiopian, Eritrean, Somalian women, which we have Israelites among them too. Israelites are everywhere. Okay. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. Yeah, because we're not supposed to have basically a covenant with them where we can where we exchange our daughters for their daughters. Okay, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. See, he loved them, but we're actually supposed to treat these other women of the other nations as concubines, secondary. Yeah, to be honest, just for pleasure and having children. But your primary wife is supposed to be women of your own nations. Verse 3, and he had 700 wives. See, 700 wives, princesses, which means they're what? If they were princesses, they were of the nation of Israel. Yeah, so-called Negro, Latino, so-called Native American women, and 300 concubines of the other nations. And his wives turned away his heart. The concubines' wives, yeah, they turned away his heart. Okay, started following after other gods. That's where the sin lied. 2 Samuel 12, King David, verse 7, it says, And Nathan said to David, Thou art the man, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. And I gave thee thy master's house, and thy master's wives, plural, wives, more than one, more than two, into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. In other words, because he sinned, he got, as it says there in verse 9, killed Uriah, took his wife, yeah. So he committed murder, adultery, yeah. But the Lord said, look, I already blessed you. I made you king. I did this for you. I gave you women. And if you wanted more, all you needed to do was ask me. And that includes women, for the sake of the topic of this video. Yeah. He said, I would have given you more. Isaiah 4 from the top, a remnant prepared. It says, And in that day, the last days, 7 women shall take hold of one man. And that 7 women means several women, a complete amount of women. It could be 10, it could be 50, it could be 100, it could be a large amount or portion for you. However, the Lord sets it up. Okay? Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. NLT says, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. Yeah. So in that day, in the last days, women are going to be extremely desperate, and they're going to be willing to share. Yeah. Because they're going to realize that you're special. They're going to realize, hey, there's a special spirit dealing with this man, and he's not as phased as the rest of the men in the world. Yeah, there's something bright and shining around your aura. You're protected. You're always escaping trouble because the Lord is with you. Yeah. In other words, you're going to be the high value man, and the high value men are those that worship Yahweh Shemishah. Isaiah 60:22, it says, A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. What's that talking about? A little one shall become 1,000. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of baby making. There's going to be a lot of breeding. Yeah, NOT says the smallest family will become 1,000 people, and the tiniest group will become a mighty nation. So how is that going to happen? You're going to need multiple women and multiple women to impregnate for you to become 1,000 and a strong nation. Obviously, if you use your brain. And even with science and just basic logic, men can impregnate as much women as they can possibly can. Yeah, they can spread their seed, in other words. Yeah, but women, once they're impregnating, that's it. Their belly's growing, they're vulnerable. They need protection, they need provision. So you see how it's different for men and women, because that's how it's supposed to be. Now I'm not promoting men to just go and spread your seed and be reckless and end up with a crazy chick. No, I'm not saying that. In this day and age, you better just to have one or just be by yourself, man. To be honest, you have to apply wisdom. That's the important thing. Gotta be careful out here. Yeah, but I'm just saying, in a, what do you call it, biological standpoint, that is, how things are supposed to be. Or should I say how things can be? Yeah. Men are designed to have multiple women, but women are designed to have one man, is what I'm trying to say. That's pretty much it, man. And that time's coming, man. And guess what? It's already happening on the earth, man. All races of women are dealing with Jake. They're dealing with Hispanic, Latino brothers, and especially so-called Negroes, man. The the acronyms. You're talking about BBC and stuff like that. Okay, so white women like black men, Asian women, Arab women. Don't matter if they're Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever religion. It don't matter, man. During the week I saw, a young black Jake. They were like in school uniform. I think maybe they're like 14, 15. Walking hands with his girlfriend, man. Girl looked like she was from, I don't know, Korea or something like that. School kids, Jake, 15, 14, in a school uniform, holding hands, happy and stuff like that. So you see, all these nations are looking at Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, so-called Negroes especially, as that's who they love, man. And that's how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be the number ones, because we are the special people. Anyways, with that, all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahshai, B'Shem HaKadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone that rule well. Shalom to elect. Shalom.